What is going on, guys? Welcome to my first ever sort of Webtoon manhwa review on this channel. As you know, we're still a relatively new channel that's getting into it, so we're just trying new stuff out. Anyway, as you probably know, Soul Leveling being like the most popular manhwa out there in the fantasy genre, there are tons of sort of other manhwa that are good, but are always sort of seen as inferior versions of Soul Leveling just because they can't really match the clout level that Soul Leveling has. And because of this, I see videos all the time that say like 10 manhwa similar to Soul Leveling, like just like videos like that. But I see other manhwa with a lot of potential, and one of them is Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint, man. So this manhwa just got added to the Webtoon app, and I'm so glad it did because now people can support the author with coins so he can do more. But man, this manhwa is actually really, really good, and I think it probably has one of the best shots of surpassing Soul Leveling. In terms of plot, some people already argue that Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint is better than Soul Leveling. So this is my quick review on why I think Omniscient Reader is probably going to be the next big hype train. So let's start with the protagonist. So first of all, manhwa readers are usually no stranger to overpowered protagonists, but this one is overpowered in his own way, which I really, really like. So usually they're these main characters, like Sung Jin-woo, for example, they're just like physically and just destructively overpowered, right? But I like that this guy uses big brain strats. So in this apocalyptic world that he knows a lot about, every scenario he comes across is like a puzzle that he has to finesse. And so that's why I think that this way of storytelling is a lot more interesting than him just powering through everything and just summoning his inner shonen to sort of, you know, fight out stuff. It's him just figuring stuff out, analyzing, and using these higher powers called sponsors to sort of manipulating them in order for him to win. I think big brain characters make manhwa so much more interesting than the classic, you know, overpowered, you know, destroy everything kind of character. For example, Hardcore Leveling Warrior, I've talked about him in the past, but he uses his sort of clever strats on top of his physical attributes. But mainly, it's his clever strats that allow him to gain those attributes, and he just outsmarts his opponents. And I just love reading stuff like that. And another thing is, we the reader see ourselves in the main character Dokja in Omniscient Reader, just because we ourselves feel like we're in the game with him and we're playing this sort of apocalyptic survival game with him. Like when you read the long text explanations in the manhwa and sort of like different game explanations and how the whole thing works, it really feels like I'm playing a survival game, and that's just sick. One of my favorite things about the comic is when we're introduced to a new character, and Dokja's ability allows us to see the psychology of that character, and we're able to see how different survivors of this apocalyptic world are able to adapt and sort of move along using their skills. And I love the main character's attitude with him being badass with other people, even though he's not physically overpowered. So if Jin-woo is the Shadow Monarch, then in my opinion, Dokja is the Finesse Monarch. He finesses these aliens that are literally from another world, and he finesses these people from their coins, and he's just sort of so big brain. I just love it so much. And also Dokja has this ability called the Fourth Wall Break, which I've never actually seen in any other manhwa, so that kind of makes it unique. Another thing I find really interesting is that while to us he's the main character, sort of inside the story, he himself is not the main character. There's another guy who's supposed to be the main character. And it's really not that far along yet, but I'm curious to see how sort of he takes over as the main character in the end, or what's going to happen between him and the sponsors and stuff like that. As for the art style, as far as I know, this is made by the same illustrator as Soul Leveling, so the art style is kind of sick, and people actually thought that Dokja looks like Sung Jin-woo, and he low-key kind of does. But anyway, I think the art style is really clean and really easy on the eyes, which I appreciate. Also, Omniscient Reader got added to Webtoon barely, I think, 2 weeks ago or something like that, and it already has over 500,000 subscribers, so I think it's a matter of time before it soars to the top charts and people are just going to jump on the bandwagon. But they should jump on the bandwagon because it is that good. So let me know if you guys have read this, and leave a comment down below for what you think about the manhwa, and if you think there's any other candidates that could surpass Soul Leveling possibly. I really enjoy Overgeared, which is another manhwa that has a sort of a legendary class thing, but the character also, once again, isn't super overpowered physically, but they can use their sort of knowledge and hard work to bust through situations. But anyway, that was it for this quick review. Let me know if you guys enjoyed. Just wanted to try something new on the channel. Probably going to be more of these in the future with other webtoons. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you very soon for the next video. Peace.